Morning Conference President. Phoebe Watkins from Camden Branch. I think it's no doubt the aims of this government is not to balance the books particularly, but to end up with a smaller state. And the austerity measures that they're taking is an excuse for going for that. Chris Grayling back in May this year talked about health and safety regulations being a barrier to growth, and I think that gives the whole game away. There's threats that businesses would flee abroad, there'd be no jobs made that are built in Britain. There's no basis in truth to that, but the Mail, the Sun Express, the papers like that lap it up. Health and safety clearly is at the heart of making our work safer, but deregulations, what the right-wing press and this government repeatedly brand as the nanny state protections, are part of that erosion to a smaller state. What they'd like to see is free market with no bounds at all, allowing venture capitalism just to do what they would like. And I think when you look at the consequences of that, it's absolutely massive. Accidents at work or even death to be just an unfortunate byproduct of enterprise and people going out and doing it. Chris Grayling, I mean, at this meeting in conference in May, lost it now, here we are, told the people at this conference, of course we have to protect people against death and serious injury in the workplace, but we won't do anything to risk this. But if we stifle the employers with unneeded rules and regulations, those people won't have a job in the first place. I think it's complete and utter nonsense that, and all the research shows that the opposite. If you look at the statistics about health and safety and how that actually ties in with the deregulating of the workplace, they're now expecting to have 35% cuts in the health and safety executive by 2015. They want preventative inspections to end. 84% of safety laws are going to be redefined or slashed. Reform bills are going to be brought in to further scrap regulations. They want to set up unaccountable consultations such as red tape challenge, and that actually gives the game away really. That red tape and the nanny state and all those sort of things are bad for us. Want to set up consultations just with the business and insurance industries to get directions on safety and compensation, and we know what that would lead to. Want to undermine employment laws leading to further insecurities at work, particularly where safety abuses are raised. They want to ignore, they have ignored the research showing that inspections and enforcements plus an underpinning of safe working conditions lead to actual savings in the workplace rather than actually a drain on the public purse. The reality is that in fact it's the campaigning to improve things at work and having regulations actually makes things much better, both for us in our workplaces but in terms of the public purse. If you look at the statistics from the campaign which was set up against accidental deaths at work, have shown that each accidental death in work costs over £1 million. Occupational cancer deaths, which there are TUC estimates 15,000 per year, cost £2.5 million. And occupational stress, as we all know, is going up in every single section that we work in, and it's going to carry on getting higher and higher while these cuts are going on. So while the right-wing press churn out the ridiculous health and safety myths, such as the firefighters being called out to rescue seagulls and refusing going into a pond as an example, to try and ridicule the health and safety legislation, we've got to make sure that health and safety is part and parcel of the agenda that we're working to. I think if the Tories could brand children going up chimneys as workfare, they would. If they could brand workhouses as a new way of refuge for unemployed people, that they would. And I think it's our job to make sure that those things are kept high on the agenda and part of our fight against the austerity measures that we're facing. Finally, I think if you only need to look abroad across the channel to France, to Spain, to Greece, to show that actually the austerity plans and the pressures that they're putting on people are not popular. We need to be on that side of the argument, not on the side of the Tories trying to deregulate. Support this amendment and the motion. Thank you.